All right, this is Dre Brooks
Okay.
Vision, and we're here with another interview. A lady who is doing some big things, Miss Antoinette Logan. Did I say your first name right?
Yes, sir.
Antoinette Logan. How are you tonight?
I'm magnificent. I cannot complain. How about you?
I'm doing great. Um, we see that you got the AIM agency, which is the Alter Image Agency, a nonprofit agency, which is the Bonded by Earth, Birth. I mean,
But
Bonded by
yes,
Birth.
sir.
Your business consultant, motivational speaker, event planner, brand manager. You got Ask Miss Logan, which I'll touch on some important topics like mental health awareness, personal development, trauma related, issues, e-commerce business, entrepreneurship, and also you got the book. It starts with I, which we'll get into a little later. It's about affirmations and things like that, and we'll talk about that a little later. But first, let everyone know a little bit about you and where you're from.
Well, I am from Chicago. Yeah. I move around a lot. I love being where it's nice and sunny with the beautiful trees and water. So I move around, keep myself in the heat for the most part.
Okay. The AIM Image Agency. Can you give us a little details about that?
Absolutely. So AIM stands for the Altered Image Agency. We're a creative agency that focuses on brand development and lead generation strategies. We take our clients from idea to brand, brand to business, business to elevation and profit, and everything in between and abroad. We've been working with a lot of small businesses lately. We work with big brands also, but we really want to put a focus on small businesses that need branding so that they can compete with their biggest competitors with ease.
Okay. Okay. When did you start that?
Well, I originally started it back in like 2015. I got made myself a logo and got the secured social media pages with the name in like 2016. And I was just really starting to do logos and things for people. So if I had a job that was for that type of thing, then I would just say, oh, the AIM agency did it. But it wasn't a thing for real. Like I didn't have a full business plan. I didn't have a website and things like that. It was just like the seeding of the brand at that time. It became official in like 2017. Was that, no, 2018, I'm sorry. And we've been popping, doing our thing ever since.
Oh, okay. Okay, tell us a little bit about the nonprofit organization that you have, Bonded by Birth.
Bonded by Birth is an advocate for parents in reduction relationships due to the separation or disconnection from one another. It was actually, the name of it just came to me out of nowhere one day while I was watching TV with my significant other, and I thought that it was meant to be the name of the book that I was going to write. But the more I embarked on that journey, I realized that it wasn't a book, it was the name of an organization, because there were so many people who had stories so similar to me and my son. So my history literally became his story. And history has repeated itself multiple times within my family and the generations behind me.
Oh, okay. Okay. How long have you been a brand manager consultant?
I guess if you're really talking about the term, within the last 10 years, but I was doing it way before then. So I've been in the industry before we were even calling it branding. Back in the day, it was like you're in sales, and sales reps were what they called people that do the things that I started doing. But yeah, I've been doing it for a little bit over 10 years. If you just want to focus on the brand management part, it's a fun job too.
Okay. All right. Ask Mrs. Logan. I see that you cover a lot of topics like mental issues. With the way the world turning, there has been a lot of suicides lately, from celebrities to people who's not celebrities, to bullying in school, kids committing suicide. Your ex-Miss Logan touches on topics like with mental health awareness, things like that, personal development, also entrepreneurship, branding, and trauma related, and also just touch a little bit on that.
Well, I like to utilize my own experiences, things that I have learned and researched for whatever reason, whether it was because I needed to know for a personal reason or it was a part of something I'm learning for a class. I utilize all of that, and that's where you get those many different topics from. I myself, I experienced a lot of trauma due to mental illness when I didn't even know that mental illness was present. My mother definitely was already diagnosed with whatever she's diagnosed with. It's still unknown to me, but I do know that she took medication. So as an adult that is now a life coach, and I have taken lots of classes and been certified in trauma-related things, now I can recognize certain things. So looking back, I'm like, okay, I understand. Because I remember having outbursts with, like, when family and friends were around, basically like, oh my goodness, why are you acting like this? It's so crazy, blah, 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 blah. Did not realize that I'm literally experiencing having an experience within her illness. When we talk about people that have those type of situations and adversities within the household growing up, especially prior to the age of 18, and those that experience it prior to the age of 5, you got to also think that there are going to be some issues that they're going to probably experience and go through themselves. So I definitely had my experiences with anxiety, depression, lots of different things. So that's where that comes from, and that is my take on why I am an advocate for it, just because it affects me.
Oh, okay. All right, sounds good. Let's get into the book. It starts with I.
Yes.
I love affirmations. I discovered affirmations years ago. The very first book I read when I first really got introduced to affirmations was The Secret. But after The Secret, I started reading this book called Think and Grow Rich. And that's the only book I would read now that's kind of dealing with that I've just brought my mind on just affirmations. Affirmations is more like, you can create your own life from affirmations. You can do all things with affirmations. And when I discovered them, the power of I will, I can, I thank you, just all kinds of things, that's concerning that. How did you discover affirmations?
Well, when I was younger, I spent a lot of time by myself in many different situations. I was a move around, travel kid. Most times throughout my childhood, I either lived somewhere like for a while, or I had one place that I lived with one babysitter Monday through Friday, and then another babysitter I lived with on the weekend. So because I was like that travel type kid, I would have to do things, and I didn't know that this is what I was doing. This is just the naturalness and the spirit working, making me do what I'm supposed to do, I guess. I had to spend a lot of time empowering myself and teaching myself things. So like pen and pad was my parents. Yeah. And I would write affirmations and different little things to motivate myself and give myself the encouragement that I needed to do whatever, whether I was playing school or whatever. That's really where it started from.
Affirmations are very powerful. I'm still learning how they work. People think that because you talk about affirmations and all that stuff, they think that you just can make anything happen. You know what I'm saying? And it don't work like that. They just think you just make it just boom. It's like it's magic or something. But it takes a lot of work, patience, and all kinds of things that come with it. How did this book idea come about?
It's a really funny story, right? So, like I told you, I travel a lot, and Chicago and Atlanta are my two main markets. And one of my really good friends, I call her Sis, out of Atlanta, had called me, and she called me at 10:30 in the morning, and we had to talk in a while. So this particular day, I know we've been talk for a minute. Let me just out to my car so we can. So I'm out in my car talking to her on the phone, and we going to Malibu and having our girl time. And I look up, it's 4:30 in the evening from 10:30 that morning. So I'm like, shit, I'm hungry. Now, I know out away from the city, I've make and people that know me know, like, I don't drive and talk on the phone. If I'm driving the ring, I'm not going to call. I'm just going to let it ring, whatever. But this particular day, because I'm on the phone with her, I don't want to hang up. I'm like, okay, I'm over. So I'm driving to go get me some food, and I missed my turn. So instead of me busting turn with some crazy stuff, I'm so straight and make a legal turn and get back on the thing. Still, the first turn that I could take, there was a stop sign at the end of the street. I got to that stop sign to look and saw my significant other one. So, long story short, of course, blah, blah, blah. Next day is Friday. I wake up, I can't work because I was pissed off. So, I got my pad. And the affirmations that I already use on a regular basis, this particular day, I wanted to write them down and not just say and not say them. So I started writing them. When I got to 11:1, I heard a voice say, "This is a book." So I said, okay. And I immediately got up. Now, I got an agency, a birthing agency, so it was easy for me to create a layout for the book. I created the layout for the book, and instead of me writing the book on paper, I wrote the book line for line on my computer in book form. And 3 days later, it's published as a book.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you something. Are you on headphones?
No.
Okay, because you're going in and out, kind of in a way.
Do you want me to get on headphones?
No. I thought you was on headphones like you was moving around. Like it's like you moving around. And it's going in and out.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. I thought you probably was on headphones. So you've been dealing with affirmations for a while, huh?
Yes. And the funny thing about it is that literally right after I did that book and I ordered some books when they came in, I literally went on tour like maybe right after that. And I was gone for almost 2 years.
Oh, okay.
With just that one book.
Can you give us some examples of the affirmations that you used, that you're speaking about? How did you, the tools like you used that you're speaking about?
Yes, one of the main affirmations that I really love in my book is, everything I do is done with love. If it cannot be done with love, it is not for me. That means a lot to me because I force myself and hold myself accountable to use that with every single thing that I do. So that means if I don't love this food, then why am I eating it? If I don't love the place that I'm going, why am I headed there? If I don't love what I'm watching, why am I watching? If I don't love what I'm hearing, why am I listening?
Yeah.
Every single aspect of your being and what you experience and what is in your environment matters to your entire being. And only I have the control over I. And that's why it's called It Starts With I, because every single thing that you need to do, the word it, literally does start with I. You gotta start with self.
Yeah, that's deep. All right, what platforms can, if people want to purchase your book, what platforms do they have to go to get your book?
AskMissLogan.com or AimForBrands.com.
Okay.
And that's the same name on any social platform as well.
Can you say that one more time, kind of slowly?
Absolutely. Ask Miss Logan. That is AskMissLogan.com or Aim for Brands, and that is AIM, the number 4, and brands with an S.com.
Okay. All right. There you go, people. You heard where you can purchase this book. It sounds like a great book. It's dealing with affirmations, and affirmations actually work. You just got to know how to work them, and you got to be dedicated to them. Because some people think just because they're saying it, it's just supposed to just boom, And I want people to understand that it don't work like that. You got to actually put some work and effort into it, And
well, I think that if you feel that that's how affirmations are going to work for you, then that's exactly how they're going to work for you. But I'm going to give you an example. So, I had a car, and I had spent like all this money on getting the car fixed. And the day that I got the car back, I decided I was going to drive to the next state over for cheap gas. And when I got out there, the car messed up and stopped on me. I'm going to leave out a whole bunch of stuff because, long story short, I ended up having to sleep in my car that night. And I said to myself right then and there, I tapped the wheel a few times and I said, I'm getting a new car tomorrow, period. Now, I only had $100 left, and I was not giving that $100 to nobody because whatever car I had, I was going to need gas to work that week. And I wasn't going to do like a credit thing or lease a car or anything like that. But long story short, I walked away with a new car the next day at about 5 or 6 p.m. Come to find out, the place that I was sitting, the lot that I was sitting on, because my car stopped, it happened to be a car repair place. So I ended up getting a new car. I didn't even sign the paperwork. I just got a new car that day. So I don't feel that you have to, quote unquote, work hard for your affirmations to work. What I will say is that you have to be serious and know it in your own mind, heart, body, soul, and all, that is what it is for you. And you have to move forward and walk as if you already expect it to happen because you know it is going to happen. You can't be saying, I know that I'm going to get the rent paid, but then questioning like, oh my goodness, I don't know how I'm going to get the rent paid. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I mean by work hard at it. You gotta put forth the effort and diligence by doing it and thinking. It takes thinking.
Okay, yeah.
It takes stuff like that. Some people think they just because they're saying it, it's gonna automatically happen. Like I'm gonna win a lotto. Or just or they'll say, just like for instance, I'm gonna get me a car, but to me, you ain't being a good steward of the car you get. You know what I'm saying? And some people just try to misuse them. That's what I really mean by, and then you gotta really, what I mean by work hard, you gotta have patience with it also. Because people I've seen people, I've read about people that do them and they'll give up because they haven't seen nothing happen yet, because there's a certain time that it'll come to you. Some people think some will come to you the next day, some come to you the next hour, some come to you the next month, some come to you a year.
Absolutely.
So that's why I said, when I say work hard, I mean that you got to stick with it. You got to be serious about it. You got to put in your heart, expectation. It takes, you can't throw a curveball when them negative thoughts come to your mind. You cannot. You got to cast them down. You got to stay on that path. That's what I mean by work hard, because it is work. It is work. It is work. Because if it hasn't came yet, you're gonna have to still keep working on it. You got to keep on thinking the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and when you definitely, from that aspect, you 100% right. Because one thing about it, when they say, "Oh, you're a good person," or "Oh, you're a positive person," that ain't always easy to be. Because there are times that things are happening that you want to get rah-rah and scream and shout, but at the end, you just got to be like, you know what? I ain't going to even let that get to me. It is what it is, and move on along.
Yeah, exactly. But affirmations, a lot of people, they don't know about affirmations, and they think it's just something. You know, I've seen people talk about it like it's witchcraft, like it's some kind of religious act or some things like that, but they just don't know. You have the power to create what you want to create, but it takes that patience. It takes, you know, certain times. But you just got to live in expectation of what you believe in. You know.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
But yeah, that is a great topic, because I'm telling you what, Think and Grow Rich is one of my number 2 book that I enjoy reading. And it's another thing too, like the Bible. Like in the beginning of in Genesis, God used affirmations. God used affirmations. He believed He was going to create the earth. He said, "Let there be." He spoke it into existence. He said, "Let there be. Let there be light. Let there be. Let there be." You know what I'm saying? He didn't say, "Well, I guess I'll create the earth." He said, "Let there be." He already knows. So when you do them affirmations, people don't know. When you do them affirmations, you speak, well, I want a new car. I will have a new car. I thank you for the new car. You got to know it's already coming. You got to know it's coming. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is a great book to get. Y'all heard it. Tell them one more time about the where to purchase this book at.
You can get the book from Ask Miss Logan, which is AskMsLogan.com. Or you can get it from AIM for Brands, which is AIM, AIM, the number 4, brands with an S.com.
There you go. There you go. Thank you, Ms. Logan, for that interview and that great information. Is this how people get in touch with you also? If they want to, you know, get brand consulting or, you know, when do Ask Miss Logan air?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last part.
When do Ask Miss Logan air? Like when they discuss the topics and everything?
Well, actually, I don't actually have a show anymore. And I haven't had one under the Ask Miss Logan brand. When I was Ready Red, the singer, rapper, radio host, actor, and, you know, TV personality and all that, yeah. I had shows back then. But I haven't actively had a show under the Ask Miss Logan brand at all. But if you want consultations or a pick my brain session or a brand consultation, things like that, I'm actually really, really reachable if you connect with me on social media. I tell everyone, follow me on one of these platforms and connect with me there, because I'm always gonna, you know, be available and connect right then and there. If you come in my DM, I might not hit you right away, but you guaranteed to get some response. Either me or someone from my team will reach out immediately.
All right, y'all heard it there. It's Dre Brooks Vision, where we interview. We interview just people who doing things, man. We don't care if it's coloring, we don't care if it's drawing. We small, big, just starting out, beginning. We don't care, man. We want to interview you, and we want to let the people know what you are doing. Okay, you gotta let the people know.
Thank you.
This man told me this thing one time. He told me this. He said, where's the richest place at? Well, where's the richest place at? And I was like, well, I was naming all these places, naming these places.
I would say your man.
He said, nope. He said, it's the graveyard. I said, why is the graveyard? He said, because people died and took all their dreams with them and everything. They supposed to left all them dreams on the earth. But they didn't pursue them because they were scared. They had fear. You know what I'm saying? That's the richest place. Never pursue your dreams. Pursue your everything. And hey, if you got something that you want to do, contact Miss Logan. Contact Miss Logan in their agency and see can you get branded, get your brand started, you know. So, but this Dre Brooks Vision, and we are out.